Credit cards like these two, or potentially this one here, can be very valuable tools for you to use to explore the world exactly how you want. At their worst, they're a smart way for you to earn rewards on the money that you're already spending. At their best though, with a little bit of knowledge and the confidence to get it done, you can use these to earn 30%, 50% discounts, or even most of the time, travel completely for free. The key is having the knowledge of what to look for and then the confidence to go out and make that first step. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I wish I would have known when I was looking at getting my first travel credit card. So I want to teach you to start traveling like a pro with credit cards right away. And I'm going to break this down into 5 straightforward, simple steps to walk you through and get you started. Part 1 will be a broad understanding of credit cards and how they relate to getting free travel. Part 2 will be the mental side of how to think and strategize about earning points. Part 3 will be teaching you exactly what types of points you want to earn to meet your travel goals. While in part 4, I'll go into a few different card issuers and show you what you can actually get in real life examples for booking with the points I'll teach you to earn. And in part 5, I will give you my 3 best tips that I have for beginners getting started, which will give you the confidence to get you going on your journey. So let's start by talking about part 1, understanding how credit cards can be used to come into play to book travel. Now, there are essentially 3 different types of credit cards out there that you've either seen or probably have right now. Category number 1 is cards with no features, or I'll also lump debit cards into this mix. These are cards that you've likely been issued from your first credit union or bank, and they don't really do anything extra for you when you spend on them. However, the downside of using these consistently over a long period of time is you're missing out by not picking products that will actually earn you much more for the same spending that you're doing. This is where people usually start to look and graduate to credit card type number 2, which is the cashback credit card. Now you're starting to earn something for your regular spending. Cashback cards are usually a great place to start, and some people just stay here for the rest of their spending habits forever. Now, the problem with cashback cards is they often don't offer many other benefits and features alongside just the purchasing rewards rate, and they don't offer sign-up bonuses, which can really enhance the credit card experience. This is where we unlock cards that do both of those things and also earn you higher percentage rewards rates in credit card type number 3, which we will call our travel credit card basket. This is where I'm going to spend almost all of our time in today's video. The reason that most experts prefer travel credit cards compared to the other 2 types is not only can you earn big bonuses for getting into these cards, but you can also use your points to get a higher percentage back on your money when you spend regularly if you know what to do. In the travel credit card basket, there are 3 specific types of cards. The first type is specific airline cards like a Delta SkyMiles card or an American Airlines Advantage credit card. These are used specifically for that branded airline, and in other places that you use them, carry less benefits. There are specific hotel branded credit cards like the Marriott Bonvoy Boundless card or the World of Hyatt credit cards. And those, again, are very, very valuable when used specifically at those branded properties, but a little less valuable when used outside of those networks. What I like to use are general travel credit cards, which are very valuable for all sorts of purchases and then give you a ton of flexibility and benefits when you redeem for any branded airline or any branded hotel. Some of these cards still do have specific relationships which offer even higher value for your points with certain hotels or airlines, and we'll talk about all of that later. Examples of what some of these cards look like that are really popular and being advertised right now are the Platinum card from American Express, the Venture X from Capital One, or the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Those are all cards that I love the way that they're set up. And if at any time during this video you want to learn more about a specific card, you can use my links down below in the description to get started in that process. Now that you understand the different types of credit cards that are out there, let's talk about the mentality of how you can earn points on these to then book free travel. There are two different ways. One is going to be earning points through your normal spending, which is great, and I'll talk about how to focus on picking the right credit card to do that. And the second way is going to be where you're going to earn far and away your most points the absolute fastest, and that is through sign-up bonuses. First, earning points through normal spending. Look carefully at different travel credit cards. They will all have different point multipliers for the different categories that you spend in, and you'll earn those points when you just purchase things as you normally would online or in stores. For example, the Chase Sapphire Preferred offers 5x points on travel booked through Chase, 3x points on Lyft rides, 3x points on dining, streaming, and online groceries, and then a flat 1x back on everything else. You can look at cards that say X or miles after a point value as sort of a percentage of points back if you're trying to do a basic dollar conversion. However, travel credit cards can take those same points and stretch them just that much further on the back end when you're going ahead and spending them. Now, earning points through normal spending is great, but the one area that travel credit cards have that pretty much other types of credit cards never seem to offer is massive sign-up bonuses. These sign-up bonuses can be worth hundreds, if not usually thousands of dollars in travel purchases, which is where things really start to get exciting and you see how you can use these cards to your benefit. For example, let's look again at the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Sapphire Preferred offers a standard sign-up bonus of 60,000 points. 60,000 points in terms of travel value is worth about $750 of travel to you. That could be booking airlines or hotels, and in a few minutes I'll show you just how far and how many free trips that could be worth. Now, there are generally two conflicting sides about earning points. You'll get the micromanager side, where these people spend a ton of time finding exactly the right credit card for their spending habits. That means if they spend a lot on groceries or eating out, they will choose specifically a travel credit card that earns rewards points in that category, or maybe they'll add 2 or 3 travel credit cards that match the spending categories that they spend in exactly. I tend to be more on the second side, which is the sign-up bonus side, and churning through bonuses to get free trips for myself. Now, I still keep in mind my spending categories and maybe which card is best to use in the right situation, but I also recognize that just by finding credit cards with good sign-up bonuses, that is a windfall of points all at one time that I can keep getting and keep moving on to the next card every few months or years to continue to help boost my points reserves for future trips. No doubt, as you start to get used to the game, you'll fall into one category or the other, and both are fine, but they're just individual styles and ways to think about earning your points. So now, which types of points are best for you specifically to earn? We just talked about that you can earn points regularly as you spend, and the fastest way to earn a lot of points is through signing up for different cards every few months or years. But now the obvious question that everybody has is, do you want hotel points? Do you want airline miles? Do you want Amex membership rewards points? Really, the options are endless, and it can be a little bit paralyzing at this point in the process to make that first step. My general recommendation is to stick with a broad travel credit card. This is a credit card that is branded by like a Chase Bank, a Capital One, American Express, or Citi, and is not tied specifically to a branded airline or hotel. However, it can be a good place to start your journey if you fly a specific airline or really are strongly loyal to a hotel brand to go with one of those two credit cards. Let's talk about the benefits of going with a general travel credit card, however, which most people fit into that category. It is important to know that if you get a general travel credit card, you are going to have benefits through all sorts of different brands, so you don't have to plan too far ahead where you want to spend your points until you see what's best for your specific trip. Every credit card issuer, like a Capital One or a Chase, has their own specific travel booking portal. This works exactly like a website like Google or an Expedia or Booking.com, but instead of using those search engines, you search through the credit card issuer's website, and they give you the option to not only book with cash, but you can book using the points that you've built up on their card. The good news is that when you have a general travel credit card, you don't have to have membership rewards accounts with the hotels or airlines that you're booking through. The second benefit of a general travel credit card is some credit cards have specific elevated partnerships with different brands that you can take your general points to and transfer them seamlessly out to those brands to convert them into those hotel or airline loyalty points. This is a really fun thing to try for people with general credit cards because usually when you transfer those points out, they become worth a lot more once sent out to those partner brands. Using these two options, either booking through a travel portal or if you have a credit card with a relationship with that specific brand, transferring them out, can be a great way to get even more percent back from the normal spending that you do, and you're using it on something really fun. Some people want to know far in advance which partnerships their general credit cards already have that are in those elevated transfer partner categories. To help you get started, take a second and pause the video. I'll throw up on the screen right now between Chase, Citi, American Express, and Capital One, those different relationships in case that's you and you like to plan ahead to see which card issuer has those higher status relationships. Okay, this is where it really gets going. I'm going to show you 3 specific examples in a made-up trip to Denver, Colorado for how valuable these points and sign-up bonuses with general travel credit cards can be. By the way, if you think you're at the point where you want to go ahead and get one of these cards, using the links below to them in the description of this video is a free way for you to support the channel and also makes a huge difference in allowing me to continue to produce this content out to you for free. Thank you to anybody who explores their next travel credit card through one of those links. So I'm gonna book a trip to Denver, Colorado, which let's say I wanna take in April. I'm gonna show you how to book a flight, a hotel, and a rental car using just a fraction of the points that you would earn through a regular sign-up bonus on some of the most popular cards out there. Let's start with booking a flight through American Express to begin. With American Express's flagship travel credit card, the Platinum card, that card comes standard with an 80,000 point sign-up bonus. Let's say I want to go from my hometown in Kansas City out to that Denver, Colorado location. I'm gonna hop into the Amex travel portal with my 80,000 points. I can choose between major airline carriers. Like I said, Amex will allow you to book through any brand inside their travel portal, except for Southwest. I'd have to use Chase for that if I wanted to fly Southwest. And then as simply as scrolling through my options and selecting my booking, as you can see, it's only going to be 31,000 membership rewards points for a round trip flight to Denver and back. That still leaves me with about 50,000 points from my initial sign-up bonus to spend on other things. Now I've got to go ahead and get a hotel. Since I've got 60,000 points for a Chase Sapphire Preferred sign-up bonus, why don't I treat myself to a nice place in Denver for the time that I'm gonna be there. Using the Chase Travel Portal, again, working very similarly to any booking website you've been on before, I can sort by points, hotel brands, location, everything I'd want to see. And I've settled on a hotel called the Art Hotel Denver, which is available normally in cash for $183 a night. But with points, I can book a multiple night stay for 50,889 points, which leaves me almost 10,000 points left over on my Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Now, something we didn't even talk about today is these cards also have other benefits and protections. For example, if I book this hotel in cash, the first booking I make with my Sapphire Preferred every single year gets me a $50 statement credit back. So it's basically a $50 discount on your first hotel stay as well. Let's look at rental car booking and rounding out our trifecta of a flight, a hotel, and then finally transportation on the ground once we're in Denver. With a card like the Capital One Venture X, you get a standard 75,000 mile sign-up bonus. You also get the benefit of complimentary President Circle status through Hertz. So I'm going to go into the Capital One travel portal, search for a rental car, specifically Hertz, so I can use that status and filter through my options. In this booking, I'm able to get a midsize SUV for around 27,500 miles, which still leaves me with over 48,000 miles left on that sign-up bonus, which is still a cash value of around $500. Consider that as you sign up for travel credit cards and take advantage of these sign-up bonuses and your regular spend, you're often going to have a travel budget of around $600 to over $1,000 with each card that you decide to get, almost right off the bat. I hope these examples showed you the real value of how powerful the sign-up bonuses can be, and the only thing left to do is for you to take that step and put these practices into action for yourself. Now, this guide wouldn't be complete without giving you my 3 tips that I wish I'd known from the very beginning. My biggest tip, far and away, is to just get started. You can watch all the YouTube videos in the world, go through credit card points guides online, and sometimes it will just leave you more confused than actually confident in going ahead to get started in your credit card journey. Tip 2 is to keep cents per point in mind, but don't let it ruin your experience. Too many people get bogged down in calculating exactly how many cents their points are worth when they redeem them for travel. This can be an easy trap to fall into because, like I said, you can get good value in booking through company portals, but you can also transfer your points out to other partners and sometimes get a higher redemption value there. Some people get paralyzed in their analysis of all the other different options and even change the trips that they wanted to make because they could get slightly better value elsewhere. Don't let yourself fall into this trap. Find a good value, pay attention to it, but don't let it change your whole outlook on how you travel. The final tip I want to offer is don't treat these points like cash. The one part of the credit card game that will never change is the fact that the game is always changing. Point values vary, sign-up bonuses vary, different rewards multipliers vary. When you have the points, the best time to spend them to get the most value is usually in the short term, as points over the long run do generally decline in value. So there's no point in banking these away for years later down the road or collecting them just to collect them. Use them, enjoy them, but don't be stuck with these points forever. Thank you so much for watching this guide on how to start traveling this year with credit cards. If you have any specific questions for me or I can help you get started, please feel free to email me at consulting.rdg@gmail.com.